KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Finish Line Express is now open at Cars Plus in Mighty. The state-of-the-art car wash is now open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
An active shooter threat at the St. Anthony Catholic School. Lockdown and scare all prompted by a note. I'm Julian Hernandez with the story.
Plus, Archbishop Michael Burns resigns as the Archbishop of Agana due to health reasons. The Catholic faithful reflect on his years of service to the local community.
NMI lawmakers showing their cards, defending their trip to Asia for a gaming conference that's facing some criticism. I'm Tomas Malonio with the story as they call for the CNMI's exclusive casino license to be revoked.
Hafadedes and buenas noches. Bienvenido para KUAM News Primetime. Guahusinek Delgado.
Sa Guahusi Destiny Cruz, Sizos maasi puri manyanyo mizu guini na programa.
Well, that's an active shooter threat. That's what St. Anthony Catholic School officials called it when they found a suspicious note on the campus.
Both local and federal authorities responding to the threat and parents rushing at a moment's notice, worried until they had their child safe in their arms. Julian Hernandez leading us off tonight.
A lockdown at St. Anthony Catholic School.
Oh, this is scary, especially the recent school shooting too in the States. You just reminded that it can happen here too.
SWAT, Guam police officers, and Homeland Security investigators surrounding the campus, armed.
I was worried about my daughter, man. Yeah, I was scared. That's why I didn't dress up and then I just had to go, yeah.
School officials alerted at 8:15 Wednesday morning. Administrators finding a note threatening violence on the campus. Parents crowding the campus within minutes after hearing the alert. Lines stretching all the way around the corner, each one here to make sure their child is safe. Flory Achate takes a moment to hold her grandson Matthew close.
Of course, the family is worried of that because of the threat, right? But now I have him, so thank you, Lord.
An emotional time. And many more sharing that same feeling once their student was brought out of the classrooms.
Relieved, relieved that they're okay and everything.
Authorities also searching the neighboring Tumuning Elementary. Police giving the all clear for both schools just before 11 a.m.
I'm glad to see the response with the Guam Police Department. It looks like they're on top of things, so, I feel pretty secure.
Police say no injuries were reported. Julian Hernandez, KUAM News.
And GPD took it as a terroristic conduct complaint, and the case remains under investigation.
Meantime, Thursday classes for St. Anthony students have been canceled. Well, in other news, Guam police were kept busy after a separate threat that was reported at Southern High School. KUAM was at the Santa Rita campus as officers responded to the scene. School administrators getting a call that a student had a gun at the campus. Turns out it was a prank.
911 contacted the school, letting them know a student called in that prank. Still, it forced police to respond as a precaution. Authorities are investigating to track down the student responsible. Officials say they have a zero-tolerance policy for this type of behavior. As expected, Speaker Teresa Lahi moved to override the governor's veto of her bill that's seen as a way to include senators in the decision of where the billion-dollar medical campus will be built.
Senators will vote tomorrow, but most had plenty to say about the measure that requires legislative approval to lease federal land for a term of 5 years or more. Nestor Lecanto reports.
There were many more arguments in support of the override than against. And while the bill does not specifically mention the 50-year lease of Eagles Field, that was the primary focus. Senators like Democrat Sabina Perez and Republican Tom Fisher and others were especially critical of the administration's lack of transparency.
So let's see the details. What are we getting into? It doesn't make sense to me at this point. So I want to see, convince me. convince all of us. To not do that is not getting our consent. Why would I sign something when I don't know what I'm getting into?
A senator had to ask, had to demand, pursuant to law, that we receive the lease that is putting us on the hook for $1 billion. Wrap your head around that. If we are so proud of this lease, if this is such an efficacious and good deal for the people of Guam, then why wasn't it trumpeted?
Meanwhile, Democrat Will Parkinson was one of two to speak against the override.
My fear is if we pass this override, no hospital location will ever get legislative approval. There are some in this body that choose to look at partnership with the military in a negative light. But this is a win-win situation.
But Speaker Terlahi, the vetoed bill's sponsor, said they all support a new hospital, but maybe not one at Eagles Field.
I don't care who gets the credit for a new hospital, and I don't care who's running for governor in 4 years or thereafter. I care that the people of Guam deserve a new hospital and are almost desperate for one. But they do not deserve to be held hostage on a lease with unknown terms and given a 30-day deadline to lose land again. We can build a hospital without losing. We can make a good deal.
Nestor Lecanto, KUAM News.
Again, the override vote is scheduled for tomorrow afternoon.
Well, a bittersweet day for the island's Catholic faithful and all who grew up close to Archbishop Michael Burns. He retired due to health issues.
Archbishop Burns has been in his home state in Michigan since last summer, surrounded by close friends who are caring for him. For now, Father Romeo Convocar is appointed the Apostolic Administrator of the Archdiocese of Agana.
Guam's Archbishop Michael Burns has been the leader of the island's Catholic community during a rather difficult time for the church.
He worked hard to help us go through this far until this point. So I am very grateful personally, and I know as the church we are grateful for his dedication and service to the Archdiocese of Agana.
Burns' arrival came as legal battles surfaced, victims claiming they were abused at the hands of priests, allegations including former Archbishop Anthony Apparon. The Pope then confident Burns, who arrived in November of 2016, would be the right person to help the church with its healing.
I belong to you. Today, I'm one of yours, and you're mine.
After 6+ years connecting with the island, the Archdiocese of Agana announces his resignation. Burns left Guam last summer due to health issues. Polly Mike Chrysostomo.
I think the overall feeling of sadness, we are concerned, of course, of Archbishop's health, but we understand the situation, and so we just ask for continued prayers. I think for me, it's his leadership, his sincerity of genuine concern for the people. He was very concerned about our priests and trying to be a big brother. And that's how I kind of saw him. He says, just help me be a big brother to our brothers.
Vicar General Father Romeo Convocar has been appointed the Apostolic Administrator of the Archdiocese of Agana. He, along with Polly Mike, visited Archbishop Burns back in January.
And it was very enjoyable. He welcomed us. He looked to, he was in good spirit. He's well taken care of. I believe he has a good circle of friends that are providing for his health and taking care of him.
He actually looked physically better because probably lack of stress, but of course the ailment, the sickness is there.
Father Convocar also sharing with the church community this.
Thank you for your prayers and all the support in the past for Archbishop Michael, for our Archdiocese. We are one church. The church is not Archbishop Michael alone or the Pali alone. We, the baptized, we are the church. We are one community.
He adds, with God's grace and mercy, they will continue to move forward as one church.
Our thoughts and prayers to the Archbishop Burns there. Now, in other news, students at Southern High School help take us to our first break.
Yeah, thank you to the home of the Dolphins for having KUAM for today's Career Day. Take a look.
We're Southern High Dolphins, and you're watching KUAM News, and we'll be right back.
Watch KUAM TV 8, live on Peacock. Check out our live channel, NBC shows, live sports original programming, movies, plus so much more. Visit peacocktv.com/local or download the app and subscribe today.
The wait is over, Guam. The all-new state-of-the-art car wash is now open at Cars Plus. Introducing Finish Line Express, open 7 days a week. The all-new cashless drive-through car wash is also the largest car wash on island that can accommodate vehicles such as lifted Jeeps and full-size pickup trucks. Just roll up, pick a wash, insert credit card, or show your EverWash app, and roll through. Plus, power vacuums are available to clean the interior. Show your vehicle some love today at the all-new car wash at Cars Plus in Mighty. Open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week.
Don't need to work, but keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Welcome back to Primetime. NMI House lawmakers back on Saipan from the fact-finding trip to the Philippines for a gaming summit defending their government-funded travel.
Legislators held a press conference sharing that all bets are off with the casino on Saipan, and they're now looking to investors from Korea and Taiwan. Regional correspondent Tomas Manglotnia reports.
It's not a junket trip. This trip was a international conference where many stakeholders attended.
The NMI House Standing Committee on Gaming showing their cards in a press conference, defending their trip to attend the Asian Gaming Summit in the Philippines last week. While the $2,500 conference fee was waived for them, they faced public criticism for using office funds to travel. The timing of the trip also under scrutiny amid looming austerity measures.
When is the right time to leave, right? This was our opportunity to attend and learn from what the rest of the region are doing.
And they were shocked by what they learned. Lawmakers say they discovered that Imperial Pacific International, which operates the out-of-operation casino under an exclusive gaming license, is blacklisted in international gaming. Now all bets are off, and the committee says IPI should have its license revoked. But that power lies in the Commonwealth Casino Commission as it attempts to settle its disputes with IPI.
I don't know why they're sitting on this. I have no idea why. But I'll tell you this. Did IPI, is there enough substantial evidence? Have they committed enough grievances and enough mistakes to have that license revoked by now? 1,000 times over.
Lawmakers were told that once IPI is out, more investors would be all in from Taiwan and Korea, part of a renewed focus as NMI Governor Arnold Palacios pivots away from the China market due to geopolitics. One proposal is to scale down the industry to make it more sustainable, allowing for smaller casinos to open with a lower minimum investment.
Each hotel, if they're interested at a smaller price, can have their own gaming here in the Sinai. That's the only way. So there's no building of 2,000 rooms. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
The casino's grand structure in Saipan, they say, serves as a reminder to not irresponsibly gamble.
The leadership of the commission did not regulate well or adequately understand the consequences of implementing substandard regulations.
Tomas Manglotnia, KUAM News, Saipan.
U.S. Democrat Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur of Ohio releasing new data highlighting the U.S. median household income per congressional district for the 118th Congress.
The numbers revealing there the U.S. territories are at the bottom of the list of 441 districts. Guam's median household income was $58,289, ranking 337th. U.S. Virgin Islands came in at 435 with a 40,408 median household income. CNMI ranking 439th at 31,362, and American Samoa ranked 440th with a 28,352 median household income. Puerto Rico was ranked last at 2,307. The data was released to reflect incomes as of last month. The Congresswoman created the chart in an effort to demonstrate how the Democrat and Republican Party-led districts stack up against each other. Officials are preparing for the next homeless relocation effort. It's been weeks since SWAT and other government agencies cleared the encampment in Dededo.
Our Mitsuki Hirayama speaks with the Director of Office of Homelessness and Poverty Prevention, who reflects on what can be done to improve the operation.
That is the biggest concern, is having a place to actually place the people that are at the encampments.
Finding a place for the people displaced. It's a concern Office of Homelessness and Poverty Prevention Director Robson Augustin is reflecting on as government of Guam agencies prepare for the next homeless relocation operation.
I think the first effort was was definitely a learning situation where we can understand better now how we can go about the day. We did a quick assessment after with the agencies that were involved. And so we discussed what was needed and what were the hiccups around that day.
It was earlier this month, GovGuam officials and SWAT officers cleared out multiple encampments across the Micronesia Mall intersection after a 5-day notice.
We did have to place them at another temporary location, and because we had ships coming in and their training, it was hard finding accommodations that were available at the time.
Of the 3 people placed in temporary housing, 1 was arrested and the remaining 2 declined further help as there were no assistance for housing available. Meanwhile, he shares GovGuam's homeless shelter in Anigua is now on week 2 of renovations. While that shelter won't be completed for at least another half year, that's not stopping officials from moving on to the next encampment.
To answer your question, we're going to be moving along concurrently with it, even though the Anigua shelter won't be immediately available for the encampments that are addressed within the next 6 to 10 months.
The Guam Attorney General is on standby, waiting on word from the Lieutenant Governor and Mayor's Council of Guam for that next location. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
From being reported as the island caught between former President Trump and North Korea's Kim Jong-un to being one of the shark-friendliest places on Earth, Guam has made headlines for numerous milestones in Time magazine. Now the territory is among the world's greatest places.
Definitely when we live here, right?
Definitely.
The destination coming out of the latest travel issue of Time magazine. The article including interviews with Governor Lulian Guerrero, the Guam Visitors Bureau President and CEO Carl Gutierrez, and local tourism and hospitality industry professionals. The governor saying we've always known our island to be the greatest place in the world, but now the world is surely beginning to catch on. Adding we are ready to show the world what we have and how far we've come. United Airlines says there's not much it can do about complaints about arrival procedures at the Honolulu airport. Senator Jesse Lujan wrote to the carriers stating that requiring passengers who are transiting to the U.S. mainland to reclaim and recheck baggage was unnecessary and discriminatory.
United Corporate says it's a federal and state requirement and directed Lujan to consult with U.S. Customs and Border Protection and Hawaii agriculture authorities. Lujan responded saying he hopes United can come up with a temporary solution while he contacts U.S. CBP and Hawaii state officials to try and come up with a permanent fix.
Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view captured from Tumon Bay, a gorgeous look from the shore.
Ooh, what a view! Plus all the Chamorro music you can listen to on Isla Digital Radio with that QR code right there on your screen.
This is Southern High Dolphins. You're watching KUAM News, Sports Next.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich. You'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
He shoots, he scores. Welcome to KUAM Sports. Let's see what our partners at Clutch Guam got in store for us.
Yep, that's right. Here's the final score.
Ooh, what a match there. I should have said she shoots, she scores, because she sure did.
Good job, ladies.
We're back to wrap up the show. Keep it here.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Let's eat, y'all, let's eat, y'all, let's see if you can keep up with the beat, y'all. Take a seat, y'all, time to feast, y'all. Then let's see what you can really do for me, y'all. Crab legs, duck eggs, bon appetit, y'all. And another round of drinks, can't even speak, though. Can't keep my eyes off this precious cheese, and I thought I saw work, was that for me, y'all. RSVP, are you gonna be there with me? RSVP.
Welcome back. We close out Women's History Month with another round of some incredible women.
Our weekly feature, Women's History is Now, celebrates women in different industries. This week, we shine the spotlight on women in the food industry.
Okay, I'm Monique Jenneru Amani. I'm part owner of Mosa's and kind of do everything. Everything at Mosa's, dishwashing, sweeping, cooking, bartending, just kind of everything.
My name is Tara Ka'ai, and I am the General Manager and VP of Hafaloa.
My name is Aubrey Duenas, and I'm the owner of Crumb Artisan Bakery. I've always wanted to open a bakery, and I've always said that I would do it one day when the time was right. And when the opportunity came along to join the Payless family, I knew that in my heart that it was time. Then eventually, one day became day one.
Well, actually, Hafaloa was my husband Len's idea. He always wanted to start a clothing brand, and I built that our kids would be proud of. With the love and support of all of our friends and our family, Hafaloa just came to fruition.
Worked for a lot of people our whole lives. We just wanted to do our own thing, pretty much. We had a lot of ideas and hopes and dreams to do it ourselves one day, and then one day we just decided. We started out with a food truck almost 12 years ago. Slowly built from there. Every 2 years was kind of the trend to get a little bigger, but now that we have this place, it's kind of as far as we want to go right now.
The mission is to provide the island's sweet tooth with beautiful and delicious pastries. We aim to exceed expectations with quality, consistent desserts, and we just want to make the world a better place by sparking happiness in every bite.
Every day we strive to bring smiles to our customers' faces. That's pretty much our main goal, and that's with our picturesque desserts and our awesome customer service. We have a great team behind us, so I would have to say that that would be our mission every day, is just to bring a smile to our customers' faces. Definitely the relationships, making connections with not only our customers, but I have an awesome team that I'm so blessed to work with. And I get to work with my husband, so that's always a plus. The constant networking and the people that we get to meet, such as you guys. So Hafaloa has opened a lot of opportunities for us to make those relationships.
I'm a new business owner, so it's pretty rewarding in itself to actually be open. You know, being able to build a legacy for my children is also super important to me, and not just physically, but in our ethics and goals. And of course, sharing our treats with the masses, you know, being able to share that with the whole island, and for them to enjoy it and give us such positive feedback has been super rewarding.
Two top ones are work hard, play hard, for sure. It's very important to love what you love and do what you love doing, and then, you know, it's not really work. And then the second one was you can accomplish anything you want with hard work. Just never give up and just keep working at it, and you'll succeed for sure.
My mantra is love conquers all. It's because love is the greatest force. When you surrender yourself to love, then there's less room for hate and fear.
hugs and kisses from my husband and my kids. The one thing that kind of gets me or brings me back to center on a rough day or just at work or just a rough day in general is just prayer.
The number one thing is anytime I go to the ocean, whether it be 5 minutes or go for a swim, for exercise, go spearfishing. So anytime I'm in the water, it calms me, makes me know that I couldn't be in a better place. Love Guam. Guam's my home. It's always been my home. Just makes me appreciate life and appreciate everything. No matter how bad the day's going, it'll always be better because I just realize, you know, that there's so much more.
Beyonce is our hype girl. We listen to her every morning to get us started. So right now, my hype song is Energy by Beyonce.
I actually got a whole playlist. Most of it's rap. I got some metal on there, got some Rage Against the Machines on there for sure, but mostly rap.
Ooh, all that food already? How you feeling?
They're making me hungry.
Or making me hungry.
Ooh,
yeah.
You're always so great with the one-liners. All right, in other news, so many happenings in this part of the world. Here to tell us about it is Jason Salas.
Here's your News Bites.
Thanks, guys, and Hafaday Guam, Jason Salas here on the Hotspot set each day at 11 a.m. on Peacock, YouTube, Facebook, and KUAM TV8. We bring you everything that's happening around the island. Here's what's happening today. The Tumon Bay Youth Orchestra will conclude their 2022-2023 season on Sunday with a concert at the Loti Hotel Guam's Crystal Ballroom. That's on Sunday the 16th. $40 VIP seating, $25 general admission, and $18 for students and militaries and Manamco. Go to guamphilharmonic.org for more. A Sexual Assault Awareness Month will be held. An event will be held downtown at Skinner Plaza on April the 5th in Hagåtña. Showtime is 4:30 in the afternoon with the beginning at 5. You're encouraged to bring your own agency banners or your sign if you will be participating. You are also asked to save the date for Catholic Social Services Legacy of Hope Brunch Gala. The event begins at the Ali Children's Shelter, happening on Sunday the 16th from 11 to 3 at the Hotel Nico. Contact 671-635-1406 for more. And our friends from the music industry, the John Dang Show, one of my favorite local bands, will host an album listening party on Sunday, April 2nd from 4 to 9 poolside at the Westin. Tickets can be purchased at guamtime.net. Congratulations to my friends for putting out an album. Not the easiest thing to do, but congratulations to them. All right, that's News Bites. Make sure to check us out each day on the Hotspot at 11 a.m.
It's birthday wishes time.
Yes, here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout out submitted on KUAM.com.
Happy birthday going out to Anton Smith on this March the 29th. And Anton currently resides in Georgia. Oh man, good peaches there, good sports town, a lot of really good schools, good music comes out of Georgia. Man, that's a great place to live. I mean, I'm partial to Guam, but we, Anton's Guam family, are sending Anton the very, very best. And your shout out, Anton, says, happy birthday blessings, brother. We love and miss you, coming from a very, very proud and adoring familia. That's a great shout out. So, Anton, you're getting love all the way from the 671 all the way out to Georgia. And we hope you feel it, and we know that you will, because that is a Guam birthday. And we hope you have the best one ever.
Happy birthday to all the celebrants out there today. Estugui Ids and Mizu Primetime Show, si Jus Masi, Put Enenega, Guahusinek Delgado.
Zaguahusi Destiny Cruz, Nefan Safu Hamzuza Gosa Iplangi.
KUAM News Hotspot is brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Half a day, my fellow Guamanians all over the world, wherever you are coming from. Man, it has been a busy day today, let me tell you, and we are going to try and get you up to speed on everything that's happening around Guam, how you can participate, how you can get involved, and how amazing it is to live in our island community. Let's take a look at what we have on the menu for today, shall we? Because we are streaming live on Peacock, YouTube, and Facebook. Retired Judge Elizabeth Barrett Anderson is here. She is on the KUAM couch along with Danielle Rossetti, and we are going to talk about what the former has been up to and what the latter has planned for the Justicia Award and Law Week. We also have Jesse Rosario from the Boca Box, and we are talking about the 21-day challenge. And also, we close out with another round of News Bites where we tell you what is happening around the island. However, we do have a message to pass along, some information, I should say, to pass along to you relative to Guam's Catholic Church. In a release from the Vatican, it has been announced that the Pope accepted the resignation of Archbishop Michael Burns, the Very Reverend, as the Archbishop of Agana. His Excellency had been on extended leave due to illness. Vicar General Father Romeo Convocar has been appointed the Apostolic Administrator. Father Romy did say, quote, "I did not seek the position of Apostolic Administrator, but I will continue to do my best in this role until the Pope appoints a permanent successor from former Archbishop Burns." He also thanks the community and the Archbishop for the tremendous courage, faith, and obedience he demonstrated 7 years ago when he answered the call from the Holy Father to travel so many miles away from his home state of Michigan to lead a faithful place he knew about. He also says, "We have much sadness with the departure of His Excellency, but our prayers continue to be with him as he contends with a life-changing illness." You will find more on our website. All right. Speaking of Michigan, I have one of the two wonderful island ladies, very, very accomplished members of our island community here, who actually went to the University of Michigan. I did not get in there, by the way. So Danielle Rossetti, I'm very, very jealous, but very proud of you. And equally accomplished is now retired Judge Elizabeth Barrett Anderson. Now, Your Honor, I should say.
Retired for 4 or 5 years.
Well, so I was going to say, former judge, former attorney general, former senator, always awesome.
Oh, you're so sweet.
A very, very devout online shopper, I may say.
Well, when it comes to Christmas time, you know, what else is there to do but
There
to
you
shop
go.
online and wait for the packages to come? In fact, we got our own P.O. box at our location, so no more waiting in line.
There, and equally accomplished is Danielle. Danielle, it's been several years since I've been able to interview you and, you know, the fine work that you guys are doing down there at the court, so it's very nice to see you.
Yes, good to be back, Jason. Thank you for having us.
Okay, we're going to talk about everything that's going on with the Justicia Award. You know, Law Week, Law Month is coming up and everything, but Your Honor, I wanted to say, since it has been several years since you've been on the bench, how has retirement been, and what has Elizabeth Barrett Anderson been up to in that time?
I'm a full-time grandmother and
Wow.
a full-time companion to my husband, who's also retired. It's been great, Jason. I knew it was time to retire. I put 40 years into the people of Guam, and it was a great career. And I still continue actually to do some work. I'm the chairman of the Criminal Injuries Compensation Commission, so I still do work there. And the Judiciary of Guam has asked me to help out on law revision, so I still keep active. Retirement's nice, though.
Okay, and then was it you and my dad, when you were both, did you both serve at the same, were you both rookies in the legislature at the same time? Yeah.
Republicans in a coalition majority with Don Parkinson as Speaker.
Yeah, and Mark.
Those were days.
Mark Forbes was one of the elder statesmen. I've got a picture at my house of that class of senators.
Oh,
it's
great.
yourself, Angel Santos, Mark Charfaris,
Tony Lamarena,
Tony Willie Flores.
Bloss, yeah. Dr. Mike Cruz.
Yep, Larry Kasperbauer.
Yeah, it's
You guys were like the 1926 Yankees, man.
And the infamous hot dog and chili fight.
I remember that. That's not on YouTube, but you may have to Google that because it was amazing. Okay.
There are stories.
Yeah, Danielle, one of the great honors I know that the entire court system you guys have down there, the judiciary. I always have a hard time saying that word.
JOG.
Thank you. This is why you were so missed in public service, Your Honor. But is the Justicia Award? It's very distinguished, very justified. So what exactly is the award, and how difficult is it a process to determine who that is bequeathed upon?
So thank you for that question, Jason. The Justicia Award is an award that we honor annually during our Law Month celebrations. We really try to identify and recognize someone who has fostered the legal experience in our community, both in the judicial process, as we've had past recipients recognized, our judicial officers, such as our most recent recipient, retired Judge Barrett Anderson, and organizations as well that give back to the community in the legal way, the legal community, and fostering that. We've recognized the Guam Chamber of Commerce, we've recognized Inefam Malik. So the nomination process is ongoing right now, but we really try to reach out to get folks recognized during this time of the year. And as I'll share a little later, about some of our other Law Month activities. We're excited to kind of, be out of this pandemic mode to get things moving back on track with how we have been doing Law Month for now since 2008. I guess it's almost 16 years. So.
I always enjoyed covering the color run for you guys every time you did that.
Yes.
Nothing finer, I got to tell you, as a sports journalist, ladies and gentlemen, than watching a bunch of lawyers get sprayed with color as they dash in 5Ks and everything. Highlight of my career. Okay, so Your Honor, the legal profession on Guam, it is naturally competitive, but it's also very, very collegial. You are men and women whose professionalism exudes itself, and you're all scholars of the law. What did it mean to you, and what was your reaction when you found out that you were being named a recipient of this award?
The Chief Justice Carbolito called me in the morning. I was in the kitchen cleaning my refrigerator when he announced it, and I was totally it was unexpected. It was a shock, and yet it was something that, I'll be very honest with you, Jason, I think many members of the bar hope and wish that maybe someday they'll get that kind of recognition. And I still get goosebumps when I think about my being selected and being honored among other judges, Justice Janet Healy Weeks, Justice Peter Seguenza, who's deceased, very, very good friend, Cristobal Duenas, and then to add Elizabeth Barrett Anderson to that pot is just a humbling honor.
Very, very justified.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
Yeah, but to be able to stand among your peers that way, and to be a noteworthy member of our community. And again, your LinkedIn profile, you've done so many things as a public servant, and again, your knowledge of the law is encyclopedic. Your love for the island is unmatched and everything. So I think Danielle, an excellent choice, obviously.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so. Am I able to nominate someone, Daniel? It's I can't put Esquire after my name. You can, because you earned it. But if I, either as a broadcaster or just as a proud Guamanian, if I know somebody that I feel has contributed to the practice of justice on Guam, am I able to do so?
Any member of the public can submit nominations, and we can send the nominations to our Director of Policy Planning and Community Relations person, Sarah Elmore Hernandez. Information can be available on our website. But no, you don't have to be an attorney, you don't have to be a judicial officer or a judge. You can nominate, and your nominations will come through to the committee. And there is once the nomination timeline, I believe right now it's April 7th. So we want to get all those nominations in, and it's a 250 word limit nomination that you can send in. And the committee reviews it and makes a determination, and the Chief Justice will then determine who the recipient will be for the year.
Speaking of an honor, I'm sure the Chief Justice, when he or she, makes that announcement and everything like that, to bestow that honor upon a member of the legal community, I mean, that's incredible, to give them that kind of recognition.
Yes, and when we had the ceremony, so in addition to the recognition by getting that call from the Chief Justice, we do have a Justicia Award presentation ceremony, and this year we will have another one, but I was honored to be the MC for the Mistress of Ceremony for the presentation to Judge Barrett Anderson. And
hopefully at that time you're on.
Does a great job.
Absolutely. I've known Danielle for a while. Excellent family.
It was very humbling and rewarding to see the support and everyone coming out, and really the true words that were spoken about the selection process. So we look forward to getting nominations in this year, and hopefully making another good selection for.
And I'm assuming, Your Honor, during that presentation and during that award ceremony, you were not cleaning out the refrigerator, and the baking soda was not there at that time.
I was a little bit more presentable.
Well, that is public service too, as well. You've also been an amazing trailblazer, because March, of course, is Women's History Month, and you're the first Chamorro female attorney admitted to practice law in Guam, the first female attorney general, and the longest serving AG. So what does it mean to you to be able to break that new ground, and then to inspire and to encourage young women that said, I see her and I see what she's doing, and I want to do that as well?
I didn't set out to break new grounds, to be first at this or first at that, but I grew up with a mother who inspired me, Conception Cruz Barrett, who was a first in her own right. So I thought all women were like my mom. Come to find out that no, she was the first in that generation. And I just continued. I was inspired by her efforts, her education, her commitment to public. My mother loved politics. She loved the public. I hated politics, but I went into it because
you got pretty good at it.
I knew the importance of a political career and the importance of doing work for the people of Guam. I mean, that's what inspired me. And it's what keeps me going even in retirement when I'm called in by the governor or the Chief Justice to do work. I will always have that love for public service.
Excellent. Okay, Danielle, is there a theme for Law Month that we can continue, this work and inspired by her honors, like work? We got about a minute more, so let's talk about what's going on with Law Month.
Sure. So our Law Month theme this year is Cornerstones of Democracy, Civic Civility, and Collaboration. So throughout the month of April and perhaps through May, we will have some Law Month activities to include, of course, our race judicata, which we will have, and we'll share that information on the dates. It's going to be on May 13th. We will have our Justicia Award presentation. We are also going to be bringing back our fairy tale mock trials, so we are excited to have the kids come back into the courtrooms to
Those are always fun.
Yes.
Okay, may I ask, can you give us like a little sneak peek of what the fairy tale will be this year? Because I know Chief Justice Robert Torres, every time he would come on the set, he would always be so enthusiastic about saying one year they did the Three Bears, I think one year they did a Star Wars theme and everything, but it is a wonderful vehicle to get young people interested in the law.
So we've got a couple of mock trials. One is obviously we've got the Three Bears and Goldilocks, right? They're suing Goldilocks for bad manners.
Is that a class action lawsuit if there's three of them? Would that qualify, Your Honor?
No.
Okay.
No, that's personal injury.
We've got the Harry Potter, we've got Superman, Breaking and Entering, right? So we are excited to have a number of our public and private schools come out this year to really teach them about, the legal process, and that's always been the intent of this one of our most favorite Law Month activities, right, throughout the course of the year. So definitely excited to see that coming on with, and along with our res judicata. Of course, during the pandemic, we never stopped doing Law Month, right?
Yeah.
We continued, and so we are just now excited to kind of open up a little bit more this year. So you will stay tuned for more details on the rest of our Law Month activities.
All right, we have lots of friends at the court. Danielle and her honor, the very honorable Elizabeth Barrett Anderson, are just two of them, and we congratulate all of you and your colleagues, retired or otherwise, or continuing to practice, on the work that you have done to make sure the practice of justice here on the island, is as strong as ever, is a interesting, viable career for those just like looking for something to do and they want to contribute to Guam and everything. And I think with the fact that both of you and under your leadership, you've made it a very, very thriving career. So very, very amiable work.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, thank you. And Biba to the judiciary. I said it right. See, there you go. that's the way you want to get Law Month started. All right, please stay tuned because there is much more Hotspot coming up right after this.
Buenos Zenhafides. As you all know, our island's had a very successful year, and I'd love to hear about all of the progress we've made. Skylar, why don't we start with you?
We've helped over 1,200 Guam kids and their families pay for childcare.
And that's over $5.5 million in childcare costs so far. Over 130 after-school and community care programs have received grant funding for programs like swimming,
And cycling.
and soccer, and jiu-jitsu. We've also graduated 3 cohorts in our provider certification program at GCC.
And certified over 75 relative care providers.
Looks like we have a message coming from headquarters.
Hi kids, I just want to say congratulations on all your successes this past year.
Thank you, Governor Lou. We couldn't have done it without you.
Keep up the great work.
He's ready for recess.
This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services.
KUAM TV 8, live on Peacock. Check out our live channel, NBC shows, live sports original programming, movies, plus so much more. Peacock TV and subscribe today.
We are back. As you just saw, we're on Peacock, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we are on KUAM TV 8. I might as well do this because we're on so many platforms. Round of applause. And you know what? An equally wonderful circular ovation to my buddy Jess Rosario. Chubi is down. He is the proprietor of Boca Box downtown in Agana, and we are going to go to him live by the magic of the KUAM News Zoom room. And Jess is standing by. We are talking about a program to let you as Guamanians know how you can eat healthier during this Lenten season. So take it away, Jess.
Hafade Guam, welcome back to the Hotspot. I am Jess Rosario here at the Boca Box in beautiful Hagåtña, and I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I'm actually very excited to be doing. Every once in a while here at the Boca Box, we have these programs that I put together, and the intent is to get people to get healthier, to eat healthier, to understand nutrition, and to understand food for themselves. And usually people are on a subscription with us, and we kind of go through different dietary techniques. For instance, I have the Nutritious program, which has been running for a couple months, and that's kind of like a detailed approach to getting you to understand meal plans, getting you to understand diets and how they work for you so that you can kind of make it a lifestyle. I believe that diets work. Not every diet is the same, and not every diet is the right diet. So it's kind of like picking and choosing and kind of figuring out what kind of works for you. But I have a new challenge that I wanted to put out to everybody on Guam, and it costs nothing to do. It's just a way for myself and for friends and for everybody to challenge themselves to get healthier and to make lasting changes that'll hopefully last a lifetime. This is the 21-day challenge. And what this challenge is, it's all about choosing health for yourself, right? And it's more of a challenge that is going to help change the way you look physically, but also challenge you to make some changes in your life that are going to lead to bigger things down the line. So if you want to take this challenge, one, of course, I'm going to be heading this. You can contact me individually through Instagram, follow the Boca Box. You can follow my private account, or you can also follow my nutrition account, which is Choose Health, which is CHOSHEALTH on Instagram. And I'll be putting out more details, but the challenge starts April 2nd all the way to the 23rd. Again, it's a 21-day challenge. Now the rules are, one, you have to take pre and post pictures of yourself. I'll usually take one with shorts on, or something that just can show my body, and I'll take 3 different angles just so that we can see progression from beginning to end, right? The second thing that we're going to do is we're going to track our calories daily. Whenever we're talking about weight loss, it always boils down to how many calories are you eating. So I'll work with everybody individually and try to get everyone to understand how many calories they need for this 21-day challenge, and you're going to track that. The great thing about tracking calories is that, yes, it's tedious, but it gets you to understand food, the energy that food produces, which is calories, and it gets you to understand portion sizes a lot more for yourself. It's a great way for you to track the food that's coming into your body, for you to track whether or not you're overeating or undereating, right? So we're going to track our calorie intake daily. The second thing that we're going to do is we are going to find ways to exercise at least 45 minutes every single day. For 21 days, every single day, 45 minutes. And it doesn't matter what you do. You can do yoga, you can do CrossFit, you can go for a swim or run or bike. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you're active for 45 minutes, okay? Then the next thing, which is kind of like something that's very hard for people to kind of do today, especially for me too, but something that I'm always working on, is every day I'm going to challenge you guys to sleep at least 6 to 8 hours. On average, the people that I'm talking to, they sleep 4 to 5 hours. If they get 6 hours, that's great, but I want you to get 6 to 8 hours. Now, what that does for the body is it helps us to reset, helps us to get our metabolism going, helps us to get everything nice and healthy. And we want to push for more of the 8 hours of sleep rather than the 6, but sometimes life gets to us and we get stressed and whatever, things pile up. But as long as we're getting in between 6 and 8 hours of sleep every single day. So that means you're going to have to take a look at your schedule and make some changes so that you're making it a priority. The next thing we're going to do is no junk food at all. No fast food, no junk food. And then, of course, the hardest part, no alcohol. If you want to challenge yourself, again, it costs nothing. If you want to challenge yourself, contact me on Instagram or call me up at the Boca Box, and let's do the challenge together starting Monday. See you guys next week on the Hotspot.
All right, please stay tuned. We are going to get news bites, and then we're going to talk about career opportunities in the legal profession on Island. when we return right after this.
Access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
The wait is over, Guam. The all-new state-of-the-art car wash is now open at Cars Plus. Introducing Finish Line Express, open 7 days a week. The all-new cashless drive-through car wash is also the largest car wash on island that can accommodate vehicles such as lifted Jeeps and full-size pickup trucks. Just roll up, pick a wash, roll through. Plus, power vacuums are available to clean the interior. Show your vehicle some love today at the all-new car wash at Cars Plus in Mighty. Open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week.
Subscribe to our KUAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KUAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KUAM Communications. Go to KUAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam on Demand.
You know, my friends, why we call this segment News Bites? Because these are morsels of information that we really want you to sink your teeth into. See what we're doing there? We're stealing with. Yeah, so we want you to get, your molars, your bicuspids, your canines, all that stuff. I did not go to dentistry school. I'm just going to read what we have here going around on the island, because awesome stuff is happening right here on Guam. And the Tumon Bay Youth Orchestra will conclude their season for 2022-2023 on Sunday the 16th at 4 p.m. with a concert at the Loti Hotel Guam's Crystal Ballroom. $40 VIP seating, $25 general admission, and $18 for students, military members, and seniors. Check out guamphilharmonic.org for more. A Sexual Assault Awareness Month wave will be held on April the 5th over at Skinner's Plaza. Showtime is 4:30 p.m. They start at 5. You are encouraged to bring your own agency banners or your own signs if you will indeed be participating, and we highly encourage you to do so. You are asked to save the date for Catholic Social Services Legacy of Hope Brunch Gala. It takes place it benefits the Ali Children's Shelter and happens on Sunday the 16th from 11 to 3 at the Hotel Nico Guam. You can call them at 671-635-1406 for more. And our friends at the John Dank Show, congratulations, musicians, getting it done, because they are hosting an album listening party on Sunday the 2nd from 4 to 9. 5 hours of the John Dank Show music. They're also the funniest guys on the island too. They're fun to hang out with. They're going to be poolside at the Westin. You can purchase tickets if you would like to check out the latest music, and I have a sneaking suspicion they're also going to be jamming freestyle, so that is definitely worth the cost of admission, and you can get your ticket at guamatime.net. All right, real quick commercial break, and then when we come back, I've still got Her Honor and Danielle here. We are going to talk about careers in the legal profession when we come back.
Only Pizza Hut lets you surround your favorite pizza with greatness. The one and only stuffed crust pizza tempts your taste buds with melted cheese stuffed inside that amazing crust. And at just $18.99 with one topping, the stuffed crust pizza is truly irresistible. So grab your slice of pizza perfection with cheesy goodness baked right into the crust. The stuffed crust pizza, just $18.99 with one topping. Only at Pizza Hut, the island's best.
All right. Her Honor and Danielle, after that first interview in the first segment, they were about to bolt and go have some awesome Thai food right across in Compadres. But Your Honor, you were talking about something that kind of concerns you with Law Month coming up, is the number of people that are actually getting into the legal profession on Guam.